Good afternoon, I'm annoyed. Good evening, I'm annoyed. Good morning, I am annoyed. I have to record this again. Anyway, welcome to the High Risk Wrestling Podcast. I am your host, Jeremy Pierce. Check out the socials, Charismatic Creations on Facebook and YouTube, Charismatic_Creations52 on Instagram, and of course the 215 on Twitter. And today's show, Full Gear 2025, is going down this weekend. I will be in attendance once again. Should be a good show, but for now, you know what we do with these shows. So before we get into all of that, go on and hit my music. All right, so before we get into this year's card, you know we got to look at last year's card, see how things have changed from then. So we had 12 matches on the total card last year with 3 on the pre-show. We had Anna Jay defeating Deonna Purrazzo. Buddy Matthews defeated Dante Martin, Commander, and the Beast Mortals in a fatal 4-way. Big Boom AJ defeated QT Marshall. Look how a year makes just changes everything. As now Big Boom AJ and QT Marshall are back at Full Gear, but this time they are partners. But let's get into the rest of the card. Private Party defeated the Outrunners, Kings of the Black Throne, and the Acclaim to retain the AEW World Tag Team Championship. MJF defeated Roderick Strong by submission. Mercedes Moné, in a fantastic affair, defeated Chris Statlander to retain the AEW TBS Championship. Jay White defeated Hangman Adam Page. Kyle Fletcher defeated Will Ospreay. Daniel Garcia defeated Jack Perry. I don't know who Jack Perry is. Defeated Jack Perry to win the TNT Championship. Takeshita defeated Ricochet to retain the International Championship. Bobby Lashley defeated Swerve. And Jon Moxley defeated Orange Cassidy to retain the AEW Men's World Championship. So let's get into this year's card. I'm going to go over the matches in the order they are on my screen. We have 13 matches here, ladies and gentlemen, with 4 going down on the pre-show, which is now the Tailgate's what's called Tailgate Brawl, airing on TNT and Max. So we got Boom and Doom, Big Boom AJ, and QT Marshall taking on Roppongi Vice. And look, at some point, right, Roppongi Vice has to win matches. They just can't be the ones to keep taking pins for the Don Callis family, but they're going to take the pins and the L here. Take Boom and Doom to win this match. Then we got Not the Acclaim, Max Caster and Anthony Bowens taking on the Bang Bang Gang team of Austin Gunn and Juice Robinson, Big Bill and Brian Keith, and the Outrunners in a $200,000 fatal 4-way tag team match. And this really is just here to be an outlet for the Not Acclaimed. They are going to be arguing. They are going to be going back and forth. They literally fought each other in a tag match where they were teaming with each other, but they're definitely going to win here, solidifying the point that they just work better together. Then we have El Sky Team, Mistico, Mascara, Dorada, and Neon defending the CMLL World Trios Championship against Don Callis family members of Kazuchika Okada, Konosuke, Takeshita, and Hechicero. And this is going to come down to, ladies and gentlemen, Takeshita and Okada not getting along. And that's how El Sky Team is going to retain the championship. It's very much that simple. Then we finally have Hook and Eddie Kingston taking on the Workhorsemen team of Anthony Henry and J.D. Drake. You guys may not know who the Workhorsemen are, but they are really, really solid wrestlers, really, really good guys in the ring. And this is going to be a boom for Hook and Eddie. This kind of just establishes them as a tag team. So take Hook and Eddie Kingston to win here. Now let's get into the main card. We have 9 matches on the main card. So first up, we have Jon Moxley versus Kyle O'Reilly in a no holds barred match. And I hate the no holds barred stipulation because people just make it a street fight, and it's supposed to be more than that. It's supposed to be a match where holds aren't barred. You can still be disqualified in usual ways outside of your choke or submission, not getting your rope break, but I digress. We're here because Kyle O'Reilly has Jon Moxley's number. And Moxley's facade, Moxley's confidence is slipping. Losing the Hangman, losing the Darby, and then it's been 3 in a row in some way, shape, or form to Kyle O'Reilly. Kyle got him by DQ after Mox attacked the ref. Then I think he got Mox by countout. And then he made Mox submit in the blood and guts match. And Mox's thing is, his weakness is that he can't handle the submissions. So Kyle has it. And Mox is now trying to prove himself. So after Blood and Guts, the following week, Mox and Claudio defeated Roderick and Orange Cassidy. Kyle came out, attacked Mox, challenged him to the match. And here's the thing. Claudio did the damage, but then Mox applied the Bulldog choke to show that, hey, I can do this. I can take the pressure. AEW has another pay-per-view coming up, World's End, in about a month's time. I think you can continue this. Build up Mox a little bit more and fully transition to Kyle O'Reilly. Like, who thought that this would happen? We're building up Kyle O'Reilly. Take Jon Moxley to win here just to keep his cool, confident demeanor, because he did snap on Collision like a week and a half ago. So take Mox to win here and squash the notion that there could be a coup for the Death Riders. Then we have a Fatal 4-Way tag team match featuring all the semifinal teams of the women's tag team tournament. We have the Babes of Wrath, Willow and Harley, Sisters of Sin, Julia Hart and Sky Blue, Timeless Love Bombs, Tony Storm and Mina Shirakawa, and the team of Mega Bean and Marina Shafir. The winner of this match gets to choose the stipulation for their semifinal match, and I believe it is the Babes of Wrath versus the Sisters of Sin, and the Timeless Love Bombs versus Mega Bean and Marina Shafir. So this is going to be solid. We have to get a second women's match on the card, and I am very, very much trying to figure out who's winning here. The team that would benefit the most from this stipulation is the Sisters of Sin, because Harley and Willow are those lovable underdogs that you want to see win, but the Sisters of Sin are essentially the best tag team here just because they've been together the longest. Whereas Tony and Mina versus Megan and Marina, they don't need a stipulation. That could main event any show. This is a toss-up just because I don't know who could win, but smart money for me says this is Sisters of Sin, so I'm going to take them. Then we have Darby Allin versus Pac in a standard one-on-one match, and this is like the only standard one-on-one match on the entire card. Pac called out Darby. He's tired of Darby coming for the Death Riders. The Death Riders are on a mission, and honestly, the Death Riders have set out and fulfilled their mission. So now, right, ladies and gentlemen, Pac is trying to get rid of this nuisance that is Darby Allin. And this new look, this aggression that Pac has just been working for him. Darby can't win every single match, and he's been doing that recently. But I think you can also establish Pac, just because, let's say Mox loses and Pac wins, and let's say Marina also wins. How does that make Moxley look? But we're going to stop any talks of a coup at the moment, and I'm going to take Pac to win here because he's been really established recently as a force to be reckon with. Then we have Kyle Fletcher defending against Mark Briscoe, putting the TNT championship on the line. If Mark Briscoe loses, he has to join the Don Callis family. This is also a no disqualification match. This is their 6th match against each other, I believe, this year alone, or maybe their 4th match against each other this year. And I think they fought each other twice last year. I think they fought each other in the Continental Classic last year as well. So Kyle Fletcher's going for the record of most defenses in a single reign as TNT champion, which I believe is 9. And if he wins here, he'll set that record. He'll tie the record. But you also got to say, hey, we want Mark Briscoe to win the big one. You know what I mean? Mark is fantastic, and everybody loves Mark Briscoe. Kyle Fletcher has also been great as TNT champion. We had a slight hiccup, obviously, with Adam Cole being hurt and then putting the championship on Dustin Rhodes. But Kyle's pretty much been amazing in all of his title defenses. Mark Briscoe's been at one thorn in the side because he's always cheated to beat Mark Briscoe. So that's why we have no DQ here. I want to say Kyle Fletcher wins here, but I'm going to go and say Mark Briscoe wins, bringing some gold to the conglomerations because he is fighting for his family. So take Mark Briscoe to win here. Then we have the Casino Gauntlet for the AEW National Championship. And if you guys don't know what the Casino Gauntlet is, it is a gauntlet match featuring 21 people, and they come in at different intervals, but the match can also end before everyone gets involved, comes into the ring. So that's what separates it from the normal gauntlet match. And starting at 1 and 2 of the match are her syndicate teammates Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin. Yeah, that's exciting. So do they just fight each other and have a regular one-on-one match? Because you can't let more people get into the ring, but they also like hurting people. They are the Hurt Syndicate. This is a tough call. Also featured in the match are Speedball Mike Bailey, Kevin Knight, and Ricochet. Because we don't know who all the participants are, I got to go with what I have in front of me. I like Ricochet to win here. It's time to put some gold on that man. He has been a breath of fresh air since joining AEW. I just like it, and then we could transition to him, I guess, fighting the Hurt Syndicate one more time. So take Ricochet to win here. Then we have $1 million trios match as Kenny Omega will be teaming up with the Jurassic Express to take on the Young Bucks and Josh Alexander. Now we're here because the Young Bucks are broke. Ever since losing the EVP status, they have lost their money. They actually got some money back and then lost it gambling. So they've been going to Tony Khan asking for more money matches, and he gave them. He gave them this match. They have to team up with Josh Alexander to go against Kenny Omega and Jack Perry and Luchasaurus of the Jurassic Express. The story here is one thing and one thing only. Will the Elite reform? For weeks now, the Don Callis family has been, 1, trying to recruit the Bucks, and 2, attacking Kenny and attacking other people, and the Bucks have seemed reluctant to get involved. That's interesting because at some point the Bucks are going to go good and the Elite will reform. Will it be this match? Will that be the downfall here and they lose another money match? Kenny Omega is back. I like Kenny and the Jurassic Express to win here. So take them and maybe see the Young Bucks fully dive into the Don Callis family. Then we have the AEW World Tag Team Championship being defended as Brodito put their belts on the line against the team of FTR. This is probably my sleeper match of the evening because you look at FTR and you're like, these guys shouldn't be great, but they are great. They are great. They are one of the greatest tag teams of all time. And Brodito, kind of just thrown together on a whim, have been fantastic as a team. So they've been, you know, the feel-good story of the year. The question is, do you take the belts off of them? Because FTR, I think, is ready to take those belts and roll with them for the next 5, 6, 7 months. But then it's like, what do you do with Bro Dito? Because at some point, Buddy Matthews is coming back, and, you know, we got to reform the Hounds of Hell, but Joey's on the side of the Demon. Like, it's tough. I want to see that faction back together, but this is tough. Every time we count Brodito out, they keep finding ways to win. Do they find one here? No. I think FTR wins. I think FTR takes the championship. You definitely get a rematch, but it's probably their time to get the belts back. Then we have the steel cage match with Hangman Adam Page putting the Men's World Championship on the line against Samoa Joe. And ladies and gentlemen, this is probably one of the few matches that's like really, really predictable. Sorry. Joe and the Ops, since turning bad, have been fantastic. They've been really, really good. And Joe makes everything believable. But Hangman has been on a roll since becoming champion. And he's already defeated Joe once. Can he defeat Joe again? We have this steel cage match because during Blood and Guts, after Hangman defeated Hobbs in the Falls Count Anywhere match, Joe and the rest of the Ops attacked him and were calling for the cage to be brought down. So Hangman said, if you want to be in a steel cage, all you have to do was ask. You also follow that up with calling him a dumbass, but I digress. So this will be a good match, solid match. Here's the thing, I don't really see any other challengers in the wings for Hangman, which is tough. Now, AEW does a great job of making challengers. I think he wins here, but it won't be easy. And for those of you that don't know, when it comes to AEW, you can only win in their steel cage matches by pinfall or submission. No climbing out, no escaping through the door. We don't do that here. So take Hangman to win and retain. And lastly, we have the AEW Women's World Championship, as Chris Statlander will be defending against Mercedes Moné. They fought each other last year, and that was their second time fighting each other. That was Chris challenging for the TNT, the TBS championship, and now Mercedes is facing Chris. He's getting another shot at the Women's World Championship. For me, this match is the most predictable one. Chris is winning. Chris is winning because I think this is where we start the downfall of Mercedes. She's got 13 belts. She just recently became the undisputed Ring of Honor Women's World Television Champion. And now she's going for the one belt that's eluded her. And I think it's going to continue to elude her, starting the downfall. Maybe she goes and wins more championships to compensate for not winning the Women's World Championship. But Chris isn't losing his championship so early. AEW does at least do, outside of the TNT Championship, do good, lengthy reigns. And I believe this is only either Chris's first or second title defense, which is a little weird. So it's too early in her reign to lose, and I also think Mercedes will not be the one to beat her for the championship. It will definitely be someone else near and dear to Chris Statlander. But this is going to be a really, really fun match. They had a great match last year, and I think this one will top it, especially if Mercedes can break out that avalanche lung blower. But take Chris Statlander to win here, retaining the World Championship. So one more time, ladies and gentlemen, on the pre-show, take Boom and Doom to beat Roppongi Vice, take Not the Acclaim to win the 200K 4-way, take El Sky Team to defeat the Don Callis family, retaining the Trios Championships of CMLL, and take Hook and Eddie Kingston to defeat the Workhorsemen on the main card. Take John Moxley to defeat Kyle O'Reilly in the No Holds Barred match. Take the Sisters of Sin to win the Fatal 4-way tag team match, earning the stipulation of their choosing. Pac over Darby Allin. Mark Briscoe to defeat Kyle Fletcher to become your new TNT champion. Ricochet to become your inaugural national champion. And the first title defense will be at Final Battle, Ring of Honor. It will be the first AEW Championship defended in Ring of Honor. Take Kenny Omega and the Jurassic Express to defeat the Young Bucks and Josh Alexander. FTR to defeat Bro Dito to become the new tag team champions. Hangman Adam Page to defeat Samoa Joe in a steel cage match retaining the men's world championship, and Chris Statlander defeating Mercedes Moné to retain the AEW women's world championship. It's going to be a great show. Go on there with some friends. It's going to be fun. We're be on the lookout for kind of like a little mini vlog of our experience there. I can't wait. I really can't wait. AEW rarely, if ever, puts on a bad pay-per-view, man, and this is a great card. Sometimes even though the card will seem underwhelming, but the matches always end up being absolute fire, and this show has that cooking for them. But that is our show, ladies and gentlemen. Check out the screen what we got coming up. We're going to finish November off strong. Look what we got coming up. Check out the socials, Charismatic Creations on Facebook and YouTube, Charismatic_Creations52 on Instagram, and of course the 215 on Twitter. And as always, Bailey, Isla Dawn, Priscilla Kelly, Willa Nightingale, Chris Statlander, and Anna J. Holla at your boy. Peace.